hyperdrive cargo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Tuesday, or is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Are you sure?
This will go up on Thursday.
Fitz, text and tell me if he's right, okay? Thanks.
I'm just gonna alt-tab to see if we're recording.
We're probably recording.
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay, stop alt-tabbing, you fuck.
Hey, at least it freezes the game while we do it.
That's true. That's probably terribly awkward for everybody watching.
Well, I don't want to record nothing.
That's true. I don't want to record nothing. So we're recording this instead, which is arguably worse.
Okay, so they were repairing the hyperdrive on the Star Destroyer Intrepid, and so we're going to destroy the Intrepid's replacement hyperdrive. Before
We're
it gets
dicks. We can't fuck up the Intrepid anymore, so we're just gonna like breeze by and
That's
fuck
how
up
the
their
rebels
freighters.
do. That's how the rebels do. They never go for direct confrontation.
Go for direct confrontation.
The Death Star was
Just-
like their first major direct confrontation.
Just strap a fucking nuke to an A-wing and like kamikaze it.
And any other defense encounter.
Okay, Sir Carpus Sector Command is working on a plan to get the Death Star plans to Alliance High Command. Meanwhile, the Imperial fleet continues to search for our forces. Luckily, the Star Destroyer Intrepid was damaged by a collision with a frigate and is awaiting repairs. Several freighters are unloading cargo onto the damaged Star Destroyer.
What if we intercept?
Your mission is to identify the freighters carrying the hyperdrive engine replacements. Destroying the cargo will leave the Star Destroyer Intrepid stranded.
What if we intercept one of their supply ships and just waylay it, poison their food and drink, and then let it deliver on? Just put a shitload of like arsenic in their water.
They may have done that before.
That just seems a lot more efficient than
Not really.
let's just blow up their parts so it weakens them for like an hour.
It's cheaper to destroy like every freighter that comes by dropping food resources than it is to capture one and then pull off some kind of weird heist like that.
Just want to kill a lot of people.
Okay. Well, then just blow up the Star Destroyer.
Well, why aren't they blowing up the Star Destroyer?
Because it's a lot of resources.
There also is a lot of resources. Wasting time blowing up other shit that isn't the Star Destroyer. Star Destroyer, mass amount of people, better crew, because you don't have your like top officers working on freighters. Also, it takes out a Star Destroyer, which kind of a significant player piece in Galactic War.
I'm just saying it's a high resource operation.
But it's also a high gain.
Yes.
Like you need to spend in order to gain. If you spend a little, you're not going to get a lot. If you spend a lot, you stand to gain a lot more.
Okay, so let's find this hyperdrive. We don't know which freighter it's in.
Just blow them all up. Nobody cares.
I don't have enough torpedoes to blow them all up.
Just use your lasers. That one right there. The one that you're targeting right now, blow it up. It's got the hyperdrive in it.
Why don't I believe you?
Because I'm wrong. It's actually the one that you get when you click over one. Just click your targeting over by one.
No, we're just going to go inspect them.
Trust me.
And we'll find out which one it is.
We'll inspect it, but the first one you click over to after
This
this
one?
one, that one's my bet, okay?
Okay. Okay. We'll see.
Yes. And if I'm right, you're buying me lunch.
No.
Okay.
Okay, no. I was thinking about it, but no. I'd be going to Taco Bell if you want to come.
That would be exactly what I would want for lunch. I almost said you're going to buy me Taco Bell, but I'm like, that might be a little much. You might not want to walk that far with me.
No, I like walking. Kiam 3, hyperdrive. Bam.
Fuck!
First one.
I should have stuck with my first bet. Actually, I think they all have hyperdrive parts in them. I was going to be right no matter what.
Let's go
Because they're
find-
all pieces of the hyperdrive to be repaired.
There might be more than one.
Yeah,
This is the one you bet on, though.
I know. Alright. Come on, freighter. Frigate.
Frigate. It's not a frigate.
It's a
Actually,
freighter.
the Intrepid ran into a frigate. I'm sure they were yelling frigate as it happened.
Haha.
Osho's there to see it.
And...
Machinery.
Oh, don't Taco Bell for me.
Unless you just feel like buying it yourself.
That's true.
Stop following me! Stop it!
Do a barrel roll.
Whee!
Technically, I don't think that was a barrel roll.
I don't even think you can do a barrel roll in space.
Probably not. It does require kind of doing a parabolic loop. That was closer? No.
Hey,
it's
there's
not.
red lasers. That means my allies are helping me.
You get exploded by red lasers. Fuck.
Hyperdrive, so Kiam 5 has it. See.
Well, time to start breaking them. 5 minutes. 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 5
Ah! Ah! You know what?
I feel like you should probably prioritize destroying them as you go, because going back to collect them afterwards...
I want to know the exact amount of lasers I want to use. What? Is this massive enemies? Because I only have 6 torpedoes to work with, so I want to divide them up even. Right?
Just use one torpedo and then hyper laser the rest of it.
That could take a while. Because it's useful to do 2 torpedoes and then use the lasers for the rest. But I only have 6 torpedoes. So I just got ran into by an interceptor. And I wasn't even going for it.
It just crashed into you?
Yeah, and it died.
Yep.
Get back here, you interceptor. I can't outrun interceptors. I'm only an X-Wing. So what are you looking at?
I'm just reading up on my beautiful, beautiful spouse, who is kind of... Okay. They have a slight problem where they catastrophize. Everything is always the worst it could possibly be in every scenario to them. They're always thinking that's what's happening.
Who are we talking about?
My wife, Ray.
Okay.
And I love my wife. I love her with all my heart. But the catastrophization is something that has to be worked on slowly over time, because obviously they don't do it on purpose. But right now to them, the reason that I'm having so much issues with the house is because I bought it in terrible shape, and now I'm buried underneath a terrible old mortgage. I'm not really buried because the mortgage isn't that bad. I'm paying like $1,250, which when you think about it, that's not a lot in Toronto. I'm paying a very small mortgage in Toronto.
I'm getting dizzy.
Like, a lot of people will have an apartment for about that much money. Mind you, they don't pay their own bills and shit, but that's just the best part of life when you own a house. Bills. So that's why we're planning to do all this painting and repair work. I have to take down some really ugly lights in the house.
The fish ones?
Oh no, you're keeping those. Fuck you. Actually, I might replace this one with a dome light. I brought home a few spare ones. But that would require doing work in your room, and you've forbidden me from doing that, so...
Well, I don't really need new lights.
Yeah, I know. This one, though, would probably look a lot better if I could put just a proper dome light in. I'm going to do it with all the track lights in this house if I can.
Alright, so there's 2 freighters with hyperdrive.
Okay. I'm going to need to paint this room, too, eventually. I'll wait till you're out of it.
When do you think I'll be out of it?
I don't know. I'm probably just going to have it put down as like a condition when I do sell. That like, hey, by the way, I'm also going to paint this room white and replace the light.
Ugh,
Before, you guys take possession. Well, it's not really white. Specifically, and this is a fun little fact for anybody, there's a color called candy cream that when done in an eggshell is not white, but it's almost the color of your blinds, just a little bit lighter. It's like the barest tint of yellow. And apparently that's the best color for selling a house. What do you know? That or else the absolutely beautiful mauve that I've painted my downstairs entry hall.
Mauve.
Mauve. Mauve is a good color.
It's a silly word.
It is, but it's a nice color. In fact, anything that could be arguably purple is a great color. Purple's just a great color. Purple can be dark, it can be light, it can be passionate, it can be angry. Purple's so many things.
It can be angry?
Yes. In fact, that was Jimi Hendrix who used it for anger.
My favorite color is blue.
Good for you.
I know. I'm a man man who knows what he likes.
The color blue. So we had a D&D game last night. And I rocked a sword sage from Tome of Battle. I was also an orc, full blood. I had a scimitar. It was Kiam.
Mm-hmm. Explain that at home for people who don't know what keen means.
Keen expands your threat range with a weapon. A scimitar usually has a threat range of 18 to 20. That means if you roll an 18, 19, or 20, that's 3 numbers, you get a critical hit, which deals double damage. To put it simply.
So basically, it improves your crit chance.
Yes, by 3. So instead of being 18, 19, 20, you add 17, 16, 15 to it. So on a roll of 15 to 20, you get a critical hit. That's awesome. Because a critical hit in most people's games, not Fitz's games, hi Fitz, is an automatic success. You definitely land that fucking hit.
You just have some bad experiences with Fitz's games or something?
No. Fitz likes to house rule things to be more realistic, where you can't get a lucky strike, so to speak, off on somebody that you wouldn't have otherwise hit. Which is fair. Fitz wants to put skill above luck. And even though that's not how the real world works at all, that's the way he wanted his game to work, and that's fair. So, because sometimes you do just get lucky.
Tell that to Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker was the luckiest unlucky person in the universe. That guy straight up had destiny working against him at all times.
Alright, Kiam. Holy shit.
Welcome to death. Okay,
Give
where
me a
was I?
break, Interceptors. Seriously.
So, on top of that, I'm a sword sage, and I focus mostly on the Desert Wind style because obviously I'm rocking a scimitar. I took a couple things from Stone Dragon. My character was just pretty much unstoppable for that fight. I didn't even get involved in the Minotaur encounter that we had. But during the goblin band that attacks this village that we're eating and staying in, we all get mobbed by goblins, and I just kind of fucked one up while eating a cob of corn. I think I took out more goblins than everybody else did combined.
So you hit them with the cob of corn and killed them?
No,
Because that would have been the coolest.
I could have. I legitimately could have beat somebody to death with a cob of corn. Instead, I used the scimitar while holding the cob of corn, and I kept eating during combat. At one point, I crit so well that I literally just turned one goblin into a fountain of blood. And the GM ruled that, while everything else was covered, my corn cob was completely clean.
Are you like a vegetarian orc?
Yes, I am, actually. He was a vegan.
What?
He owns a farm with his family, and he adventures in order to raise money in order to send back supplies and materials, because the land he's from is kind of shitty, and he keeps getting raided by local goblin tribes.
I was gonna say, isn't an orc's primary diet of meat?
Well, most orcs. I'm special.
Yes, you are.
So, he's a cattle hand by nature. Specializes in working with steer. So he's arranged, like, at this village to have his cows and stuff that he just purchased shipped back with his reward money from this village. I don't know, it's pretty fun. I'm having fun with it. But the GM, being Dustin, has basically said, you know what? Your character's a little bit too overpowered, seeing as how you've killed, like, 8 people, and the rest of the group has killed 1.
I feel like I'm the only one left in this operation.
You probably are.
Because if you've seen the amount of lasers that are flying in my direction... Oops.
I'm gonna say yes. And shout out to Nissa, who keeps messaging me and isn't sending me dirty pictures. That's a record thing for anybody to be doing.
I haven't sent you any dirty pictures.
That's true. I should have specified. Cute girls I don't live with.
Ah.
For some reason, if you are a cute female and we talk a lot online, you've probably sent me naked pictures of yourself, and that's a little bit weird. I'm not complaining. I am not going to complain. But it is a little bit weird. Also, as I tell each and every one of you, I'm going to show that to my wife. and they're probably going to comment that you have cute boobs. Just putting that out there. Cute boobs.
Ah! Sorry, that was me getting hit.
That sure was.
This is why I like the X-Wing. I can stay alive.
That's fair.
As soon as this freighter dies, I can escape. And it's done.
Hooray! We can end this mission, right?
Hopefully I can get out of here without getting killed by all these interceptions.
Okay, aim for that moon and run.
Alright, let's get all those shields. Let's get out of here.
Moon! You were practically aimed at the moon. It came back on the screen at the last second.
Yeah. Alright.
That was fun.
That was hectic.
Yep. Hire me as a GM. Anyway, hope you all had fun.
See y'all.